For I will pour water on him that thirsts, floods upon dry ground. I will pour my spirit out on thine seeds, and blessings upon thine offspring. That's what God told Jacob in Isaiah 44:3. I wanted to tell you on this Faith-Filled Friday that God is the thirst quencher. The reason why I tell you that is because God can quench every dry area in your life with his living water. He can take the places and areas that you felt like you have been in a dry season and put his living water of floods throughout it. And he can quench that thirst. Those areas that you just feel like are dry, that you feel like you need something new. And the places that you're like, God, what's going on here? I just need you. I'm here to encourage you today to get into the presence of God, because it is when you get into his presence that he can quench your thirst. When you get into the word and your prayer life and your worship and your praise, it's when it intensifies and you allow the living water to flow throughout you and flow throughout your life, because he is the thirst quencher. I'm reminded of when you go for a glass of water or something to drink when your throat is dry. You know how thirsty you can be, and you're like, I just have to have some water. I just need something to quench this thirst. And you drink it and you're gulping and you're going down. The same way we do that. Run after God. Run after him in the areas that you feel like just aren't right and that are dry and you're feeling a little parching. Let God fill it up with his living water. Just drink more and more of him. Get every piece of him like you've never been able to before. And just have that desire to run after him so that he can quench every dry area in your life. So that God can move in ways like never before. So that the living water will flow through the dry seasons in your life like the flood that he spoke of in Isaiah 44:3. So that the seeds that are deep down inside of you, whether natural or spiritual, can be poured on by his spirit. So that the offspring that you produce, whether natural or spiritual, that you want to see populate in your life will begin to come to fruition, because your spirit is connecting with his spirit. Therefore, the living water is flowing through you. And the more water that rises up in you, the water that brings up all of the things that should not be there, and it literally begins to grow the things that he wants to grow inside of you, because he's nurturing it with his living water. He is the thirst quencher. So understand that on this Faith-Filled Friday, and run towards him more and more like never before. And let every area that you feel like is dry be given to him, and he will surely fill it up with his water, with his spirit, and make sure that everything you produce from here on out has an offspring of blessing. So be blessed on this Friday, and thank God that he is the thirst quencher.